Hey, it's Laptop Shopping Buddy, and I'm really excited to be going over the Acer Aspire Nitro Black Edition. This is a VN7-791G-730V edition. I left a special link in the description below where you can get the best discount going on right now, and you can also check out user reviews on Amazon.com. So check that out. And I'm going to get right into it with the processor. It's running the 4720HQ. This is a very powerful processor. As you can see, it is the best performing Core i7 mobile processor with a CPU benchmark.net score of 8,228. So it's right at the top. Performance is not an issue of this processor, and it has turbo boost up to 3.6 gigahertz. That means it could dynamically increase or decrease depending on what you're doing. So it's a quad-core processor, great performer. This laptop's running 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, so multitasking is simply not a problem. And 16 gigabytes is plenty of RAM for most people, even if you're running a virtual machine, multi operating systems at the same time. It could handle that no problem. For the graphics card, it's running the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 860M. This is a middle to upper range processor. I'm going to jump over and show you the benchmarks so you can see exactly what you can expect. So as you can see, Evolve is running medium settings at 61 frames per second, 720p. Dragon Age 52 frames per second on medium. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 39 FPS on high on 1080p, 56 frames per second on medium, 720p. FIFA 15 144 frames per second on high, ultra settings 102 frames per second. The Sims is running smoothly at 54 frames per second on 1080p. High settings. Titanfall's averaging about 59 frames per second on high, 720p. So as you can see, this is a medium to high range processor, so depending on the game you could run smoothly at about medium or high settings. Low demand games can handle the highest settings smoothly. As you can see, Battlefield 4 73 frames per second at 720p. So that should give you a ballpark idea of what you can expect for performance. So not only does this laptop have a 1 terabyte hard drive, it also has a 256 gigabyte solid state drive. So you're getting the spacious 1 terabyte drive where you can store all your media, music, games, or large files. And you have the performance of the solid state drive. So you can expect very quick boot times in under 15 seconds and snappy performance in Windows 8. And if you've never used a solid state drive, you get very quick performance. It's probably one of the most noticeable factors when it comes to performance, because it doesn't have that spinning disk like traditional hard drives. So on to the notable features. It has a 17.3 inch IPS display, and a lot of people look for the IPS display because it has very accurate colors and wide viewing angles. And this laptop has a 1080p resolution, so you get that high pixel density. The games will look much sharper, much more crisp. The DVD drive. I know a lot of you want to install older games probably, and software or whatever, so you have that DVD drive as an option. It has a HD webcam and a backlit keyboard, so there's no issues using this laptop in the dark because you have that backlit keyboard, and it's definitely an overlooked feature that's very nice to have. So other notes, for a 17.3 inch screen, it's only 6.6 pounds, and that can be considered heavy for a lot of people. For a laptop this size, I would say it's definitely on the lighter end, and especially for a gaming laptop. And it's only 1 inch thick, so Acer definitely kept it really sleek and really slim with this laptop. It has Bluetooth, a 4-hour battery life. This obviously will depend on what you're doing. If you're gaming, you're definitely going to want to be plugged into an outlet so you don't drain your battery life. 2 USB 3 ports, 2 USB 2 ports, and an HDMI port. So if you want to hook up to an external display, you definitely have that option as well. So to conclude, this Acer Aspire Nitro Black Edition is a great performer. It's very light, it's got that IPS display, medium to upper range graphics card, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it has a very powerful Core i7 processor. So be sure to check out that link in the description for a discounted price for this laptop, and you can also check out user reviews and see exactly what other people are saying. I hope you found this quick review helpful.